and welcome to Simon Fraser University's Fall 2021 ceremony. First, thank you for following regional, provincial, and university event safety protocols to keep us all safe and healthy. I have a few important announcements for your enjoyment and safety during the ceremony. As advised by the regional and provincial health authorities, all guests are asked to remain in their assigned seats, and the wearing of masks is recommended. And as per fire regulations, the aisleways must remain clear. In the case of an emergency evacuation, follow the directions of event personnel to the assembly point, which is located down the stairs behind you on the track and field outside the gym. Please proceed slowly and carefully. Those with accessibility needs should proceed to Halpern Center, located northeast of the Convocation Mall. The weather is cool today. SFU blankets and other gifts and mementos are available for purchase from the SFU Spirit Shop in the Maggie Benston Center, which is on your right. Flower bouquets and professional graduation photos are also available for purchase from the retail services tents on the north side of Freedom Square. If you need to leave at any point during the ceremony, please use the exit located at the back of the mall, and a stamp will be required for re-entry. In consideration of all guests, we ask that you refrain from conversation during the ceremony, and please turn cell phones on silent. If you require assistance or have questions, please do not hesitate to contact one of our student ushers who are dressed in black gowns and located throughout Convocation Mall. For all our graduates and guests near and afar, we encourage you to share your photos and messages on social media using #MySFUGrad. And for our guests online, please join in the live chat during the program. It is now time for all graduates to return to the north side of the AQ courtyard to prepare for the convocation ceremony. All graduates, please return to the AQ courtyard now. Friends, I am honored to present members of the 6-time world champion SFU Pipe Band. Friends, here on the SFU Burnaby campus and online near and far, Convocation Fall 2021 is about to begin. For those in Convocation Mall, first, thank you for your patience and for following regional, provincial, and university event safety protocols to help keep us all safe and healthy. I have a few important announcements for your enjoyment and safety during the ceremony. As advised by the regional and provincial health authorities, all guests are asked to remain in their assigned seats and the wearing of masks is recommended. And as per fire regulations, the aisleways must remain clear. In the case of an emergency evacuation, follow the directions of event personnel to the assembly point, which is located down the stairs behind you on the track and field outside the gym. Please proceed slowly and cautiously. Those with accessibility needs should proceed to Halpern Center, located northeast of the Convocation Mall. In consideration of all guests, we ask that you refrain from conversation during the ceremony and please turn cell phones on silent. For all our graduands and guests, near and afar, we encourage you to share your photos and messages on social media using #MySFUgrad. And for our guests online, please join in the live chat during the program. Now, would the audience online and here please rise for the academic procession?
Chit wa A to T, Chait, la sok quaitin, Chait, ta sok quaitin, Nes quit chlam snaz, to Tamilch, wa I ask I waste la Nemes. Nemes, to schopmish ol stalmuch, Nemes, to schopmish, Amen, to na, a sapnuch, to tewa, you want hot school out, Amen. Tis nature mo, school out mot. Was tewa squile, what nam eoch tenoya, stutaos. Aswaya, tewa squile. Eoch te tlate states up, quis nayap. Mate like nomo, A to T. And slay quins quinman, eoch tenoyap, and equator, and say I, you want heart the states up, yap. We're here close to a place we know as Soquaitin. It's just down by the beach. We're the Squamish people, the Squamish Stalmuch. We're also alumni from this great school, from the language program that's here. But today is for all of you students. Today is your day for all the hard work that you've done to get to where you're standing right now. I want to raise my hands to each and every one of you, honor you for the work that you've done to get here. Chin Kunman Tomiap, congratulations to you all. The song we sang is Chat Salanoch Siam. It's a paddle song that talks about the unity of our people and how much greater we are when we work together. I want to raise my hands to you again. Congratulations. Oh, Siam.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to my Squamish family for bringing the good medicine to us to start our afternoon. It's a great honor to have them with us now. It's been a long time coming. And for each and every one of you to witness what has taken place, it's been many years that we've tried to get an education, and very few of us were fortunate to even get grade 6. But thanks for the persistence of our family here, we're able to move forward. We're able to have more children graduating. We're able to have more students in universities. And I thank the Squamish people, the Musqueam, and the Tsleil-Waututh for stepping forward and making it possible. Just a quick prayer and we'll continue our event. Great Spirit, thank you for bringing us together this afternoon. Just thanking the families of all the students here for allowing them to spend time with us. And always remember that we are the leaders and the mentors of those who follow us, those who witness what we do and what we say. I ask, Great Spirit, just a very special blessing on each and every one of us, on my relations.
Thank you, Elder Margaret, for sharing that warm welcome. Elder Margaret is a member of the SFU Elders Program. I'd like to take this opportunity on our behalf to pay my respects to elders past and present. Thank you also to the members of the SFU Pipe Band, whose international reputation we heard piping the platform party in, yes, absolutely, this afternoon. And to Swowo Billy and Catalano Victor Harry of the Squamish Nation for their welcome and drumming song. It's an honor to be here today on the traditional and unceded and continually occupied territory of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Coquitlam peoples, on whose territory we are privileged to gather this afternoon. I'd now like to invite Jason Spence, who graduated from SFU's Faculty of Science in June 2020, and who is a member of the SFU Choir, to lead us in the singing of O Canada. For those of you online, please rise if you're able and join us in song.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you very much, James. That was lovely. Please be seated. I hereby declare Convocation Fall 2021 assembled for the granting of degrees. Madam President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty, honored guests, graduands, family, and friends. My name is Tamara Vrooman, and I am the Chancellor of Simon Fraser University. We're delighted and honored to have you join us for Convocation. In attendance today are a number of distinguished guests in the audience and on the platform, including members of Senate, Vice Presidents, Deans, and faculty. I'd like to acknowledge Chief Judy Wilson of the Nisqualnith Indian Band, Dr. John Burrows, an honorary degree recipient who will be giving the convocation address later this afternoon. Our SFU alumni, legacy parents and families, and all of you who are joining us online, locally, and from around the world. Please let us know where you're watching from in the YouTube chat. Welcome to all. It is a great privilege to see you here in person at the first of our series of convocations in 2 years since 2019. Honored guests, President Johnson, graduates, friends and family, faculty and staff. What an honor it is to be marking such an important occasion, an important milestone in your lives. And how fabulous it is, again, that we can gather together. I can't tell you how much I've looked forward to this day. Although we must remain vigilant in order to keep each other and our families safe, it is great to see our campus at Simon Fraser University coming back to life. Great to see students being students once again. That's what a university is all about, a big, diverse, dynamic community, buzzing with people and creativity and ideas. Over the last 18 months, we've worked hard to keep that spirit alive, to keep teaching, to keep learning, to keep studying, to keep exploring through one of the most severe health and economic crises of our time. Indeed, the resolve and determination shown by all of you has reminded us of some enduring truths. Ideas matter. Science matters. Knowledge matters. Business matters. They're a part of the foundation upon which a humane, democratic, and inclusive society is built. A society that's able to confront big challenges, like, say, a pandemic, and work to overcome them. But it is only a part. To secure that foundation, to overcome these kinds of big challenges, we know that ideas, science, and knowledge actually are not enough. They must also be paired with wisdom, with empathy, and most of all, with understanding. Over the last 18 months, we have learned this as well. I'd like to take a moment to share an example from my own life and experience. I grew up in Kamloops, in the center of our province, and depending who I'm talking to, that's either halfway to Calgary or halfway to Vancouver. My home, our family home, was on the hill opposite what we now know to be the Kamloops Indian Residential School. From my bedroom window growing up, I looked at that school every day of my life. When I went to university, I learned more about our colonial past. I took a degree, an undergraduate degree in history, and then a master's degree to follow, and I learned about the truths of what had happened, about the ongoing terrible legacy. And later, as a Deputy Minister of Finance and the CEO of one of the country's largest financial institutions, I worked on treaty negotiations, Indigenous self-government, financial equity and inclusion. I knew the issues. I worked on them. I had knowledge. But it wasn't until I learned of the graves of 215 children, some as young as the age of 4 years old, that the knowledge and my education became true understanding. It's not until I connected my heart and my head to the ideas and the understanding did I feel motivated to seek change truly at the scope that it's needed in the future. For me, this is one of the lessons of the past year and a half. Knowledge gives us power to shape the world around us, but only through understanding, true connection that connects ideas to our hearts can we use knowledge to bend the arc of history in a better direction, with empathy, with humility, and with the wisdom that is born of experience and understanding. It's one of the reasons I love Simon Fraser University. In addition to being one of Canada's great institutions of higher learning and advanced research, SFU virtually radiates the spirit of community and common purpose. From its very founding, SFU has tried to pair knowledge with experience. It's tried to foster better understanding. First in the 1960s as a radical campus, today an engaged community. It's what distinguishes SFU. And now, as you leave this institution, you are equipped with the skills you need to succeed, but also, I hope, with the wisdom and the understanding you need to thrive. As I look out here today and I see all of your family and friends, and we've looked to see beyond masks to the smiling eyes, I see a sea of smiling eyes of pride and happiness at the celebratory nature of your achievement today. And on behalf of the platform gathered behind me, I just want to say we are all so proud of you. Please accept our heartfelt congratulations. And this is not goodbye, and we look forward to seeing you again. I now call on the president of our university, Dr. Joy Johnson, to give her address. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. Graduates, honored guests, welcome everyone to this very, very special convocation ceremony. I too want to begin by acknowledging that I am privileged to be speaking to you today on the unceded traditional territories of the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh, the Musqueam, and the Coquitlam peoples. As a settler on these lands, I recognize that I have a responsibility to address and repair relations with the Indigenous peoples whose lands we occupy. Acknowledging this is an important step toward reconciliation. As I look out from this podium and see all of you here today, I am filled with an enormous gratitude. It's so incredible to be back together again. What a feeling. I recognize that not all of you are able to gather with us in person today, but I want to say we are gathered together in spirit. You are truly an amazing graduating class. I know it wasn't easy. There were many hurdles along the way, and I am certain that earning a degree during a global pandemic wasn't quite what you expected when you first got your letter of acceptance. But you persevered, you pushed through, and you did it. You will long be remembered for what you have achieved. We are all so very proud of you, so congratulations. So now, as you begin the next chapter of your lives, each of you will take your own path, follow your own muse. But as you do, always remember this: with your degree, every one of you shares something very important in common. You share the trust that education confers, not only to pursue your own dreams and aspirations, but to contribute to the well-being and success of the community that surrounds you and supports you. Those values come to life at Simon Fraser University. We have never been content to watch history unfold from the sidelines. Our instinct is always to engage, to lead, to be active participants in the world around us, a community of change makers. Because at SFU, we believe that education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela said that, and he was right. Education at every level helps nurture the knowledge, empathy, and humility that leads to lasting change. So, as you look ahead to your future, I ask you to use that power wisely. You are graduating at a pivotal point in history. There is much we need to do to repair and heal the world. And you have the opportunity to make an enormous difference. But, of course, we can turn our minds to these things tomorrow. For today is really about celebration, for big hugs, for pats on the back with those in your immediate circle, for laughter, and yes, I am sure, a few tears as well. Earning a university degree is one of life's greatest accomplishments, one of life's most memorable and satisfying moments. It's also a time to give thanks to everyone who helped you along the way. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, teachers, professors, counselors, advisors. They all can't be here today, so please make sure you remember to reach out and thank them. We all stand on the shoulders of others for support and guidance. We stand on the shoulders of giants. And now, with your SFU degree in hand, you are part of an extended family of SFU alumni that spans the country and the globe. People from all walks of life doing extraordinary things. So connect with them, learn from them, and know that we, everyone in the SFU community, are always here for you. Our heartfelt thanks and congratulations. We are so fortunate to know you. Until we meet again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President Johnson. Simon Fraser University's honorary degree is the highest honor conferred by our university. Degrees are awarded to distinguished individuals in recognition of their scholarly, scientific, or artistic achievement, or in recognition of exceptional contribution to the public good through professional or philanthropic activity. Their achievements celebrate our university's values, and they serve as an inspiration. They are role models to our students, graduates, and our wider community. Dr. John Burroughs was conferred an honorary degree in June 2020. We are delighted that he will be providing the convocation address to us today. To present Dr. Burroughs, I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Dara Kelly. Dr. Kelly is an assistant professor in the Beedie School of Business at Simon Fraser University and a recipient of the CUFA Distinguished Academic Early in Career Award in 2020. She is a member of the Lukamel First Nation and carries the name Kwikwihos. Dr. Kelly.
Swayel, Amit Kotwila Mukwat, Talitzel Kwa Lakamel, Talitzel Kwa Tsayalis, Dara Kelly Tilsqueech, Kwikwihas Tilsqueech. Dr. John Burroughs is an acclaimed scholar and jurist who has transformed the course of Indigenous law in Canada and around the world. A member of the Chippewas of the Nawash First Nation in Ontario, he grew up on a farm on Georgian Bay, and it was there he first received his first lessons in Indigenous law from his mother, who years earlier had fled her home to avoid being sent to residential school. Today, he holds 5 academic degrees, including a PhD from Osgoode Hall Law School, a Master of Laws, Juris Doctor, and a Master of Arts from the University of Toronto. He is currently the Canadian Research Chair in Indigenous Law at the University of Victoria. As a teacher, researcher, writer, and advocate, he has worked tirelessly to advance understanding of Indigenous laws and customs and to eradicate the racial barriers embedded in Canada's legal and social framework. His work has shaped the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada and the Royal Commission on Aboriginal Peoples, and has been cited by the Supreme Court of Canada. His many awards and honors include being appointed an Officer of Canada, an Officer of the Order of Canada earlier this year. 2019, Canada Council Molson Prize for his contribution to Canada's cultural and intellectual heritage, and the 2017 Killam Prize for Social Science. But perhaps his proudest achievement, with his colleague Val Napoleon, is the establishment of the world's first Indigenous law degree at the University of Victoria in 2018. The joint program in Canadian common law and Indigenous legal orders combines the intensive study of both Indigenous and non-Indigenous law, enabling people to work collaboratively across the 2 realms. Recently, Dr. Burroughs helped secure federal funding to establish a national center for Indigenous law and reconciliation at the University of Victoria that will empower communities to create and enforce their own laws and assert sovereignty within their traditional territories. We are delighted that Dr. Burroughs is currently a visiting professor at the Beedie School of Business. In recognition of his contributions through education and advocacy, which has opened new pathways to reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous worlds for a new generation of lawyers, lawmakers, jurists, and judges, Dr. John Burroughs was conferred virtually the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa in June of 2020.
Congratulations, Dr. Burroughs. Dr. Burroughs will be accompanied by Dr. Wade Parkhouse, Vice Provost and Associate Vice President, Academic, and Ms. Romana Khanhamani, Vice Provost and Associate Vice President, Student and International, to sign the honorary degree register.
It is now with pleasure that I call upon Dr. John Burrows for his Convocation address. Dr. Burrows.
Abuju Nidinu Maganidok, Niji Nishnabeg Nishmarzik, Bangietigo Ninita Nishnabem, and Gaguju Nishnabayan, Giganos, Ndijnikas, Neashi Winningaming and Donjaba, the Gigantodem. I'm delighted to greet you in my traditional language and also acknowledge this territory. When I graduated from law school, I began articling in a small Ontario town in which I grew up. It was my dream. I lived by the lake, and I could walk to the office, and I knew my clients from a lifetime of interaction. I could make a small contribution to a little corner of the world that I cared about deeply. There was nothing that I wanted more. Life was unfolding exactly as I had planned. And then I was fired. When I was in court with my pen and paper, I wrote too loudly for the lawyer who was my principal. And I found myself on the other side of my life's most treasured hopes. My wife and I have often wanted to thank that lawyer for crushing our dreams, though it was very painful at the time. Fortunately, I had diversified my portfolio, and despite my hometown focus, I did not put all my eggs in one basket. I had applied to graduate school during my final law school semester. It wasn't my first choice, but I jumped in with enthusiasm anyway. I hoped a graduate degree would pave the way for my eventual return home. And during my LLM, I was offered a position with a big Bay Street law firm. Since it was my hoped-for bridge back to small-town dreams, I accepted. But a funny thing happened on the way home. I found that life has deeper meanings. Turns out I enjoyed graduate work. I liked it so much I decided to pursue my PhD, though it really didn't fit any larger plan at the time. So the firm was supportive and allowed me to defer my articling start, and so I continued on to my PhD. When it was time to go to Torrey's, which was the big firm, I then realized I had other options. I still wanted to go home, but there was no direct path leading there. So it began a journey which has taken me to other people's homes. Over the past 25 years, I've explored the varied legal cultures of the world, including many Indigenous legal cultures. But embracing this new journey was a huge adjustment, one that was very hard at first. Because unlike my small town Ontario dream, when I got to the University of British Columbia and started working, I hated it. I was homesick. It rained all the time, and the work was tremendously difficult. I wondered what I had done wrong in choosing such an awful career. I disliked the law. It was full of injustice, and it was complicated and dry. But I kept working. I realized that my own likes and dislikes should not be the measure of all things. One must always attend to matters of the heart. Life is about more than following our passions. It often requires us to confront things we would rather not address. So, I redoubled my efforts. I tried to learn the materials backwards and forwards. And I got out of my office and into other people's lives. I volunteered, I raised funds, I made friends, and I worked in Indigenous and other small communities whenever I got the chance. I was preparing to be surprised. And the surprise came at the end of my first year of teaching. I found my home in other places. I was invited to a remote Indian village on the northwest coast of British Columbia. It took a jet, float plane, boat, and off-road vehicle to get there. And I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect, but I had made a friend. It was the late Judge Alfred Scow. He was a Kwagyeoth elder, a former judge and the first Indigenous person called to the British Columbia Bar. Like my own First Nation in Ontario, his people's lands and livelihoods had nearly been destroyed by Canadian law. Yet, they were resilient. We feasted from the sea. When the tide went out, their table was set. Salmon, halibut, scallops, mussels, shrimp, and clam fritters were our fare. We visited their century-old ceremonial bakehouse. Its beautiful carvings chronicled that valley's history. We heard about their dancing, their singing, their masks, and their button blankets, and we sat in their homes. We heard heartrending stories about residential school abuse. We also learned how their leaders had been incarcerated for gift giving in their great potlatches. They told us how their ancient valleys had been logged and mined and given to others without their consent. They sat in poverty despite living in one of the continent's richest ecosystems. It was Kinkum Inlet, home of the Muskama Zawadeno, and it was just like home. But in this home, I saw deeper layers of connection to things more important than myself. I saw that the local was national and even transnational. My friend Alfred Scow raised my sights. He helped me to recognize that vital parts of our world are dying, and we need her help. He talked about the place of Indigenous people's own laws in finding this help. These laws are not perfect, but they are helpful. And so, I've been working on this idea ever since. It has been the focus of my teaching, practice, and research. That is, Indigenous people's legal knowledge is a vital part of Canada's Constitution. While I sometimes long to live in that small Ontario town, I'm very glad I did not give in to my own so-called passion. To ensure such learning continues, I've learned that we need to prepare to be surprised. Home may be different than we imagine. We may be different than we imagine. We think we know where we're going, but this might be a false sense of security. Getting knocked off course can be devastating, but only if we give up and get lost in our selfishness. We all have a lifetime of learning ahead of us. Be alive to your own adventures. When the world is not what you hoped, keep your options open. If you can't find immediate fulfillment, struggle to reach a broader and a deeper congruence. My convocation wish is that we allow experience to save us from ourselves and our own often short-sighted dreams. Congratulations, graduates. You have my best wishes for a life full of meaningful surprises. Miigwech ahau. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Burrows, for that amazing address and reminding us of the importance of preparing to be surprised. As part of Convocation, the Alumni Association will present a Simon Fraser University pin to the graduates after they leave the stage. Our alumni are incredibly important to us, and we are pleased that this symbolic presentation will launch you on your new role as an alumni of Simon Fraser University. Mr. Jordan Ang received a Bachelor of Business Administration in 2018, and he's also currently the treasurer of the SFU Alumni Association Board. I now invite Mr. Ang to the lectern to bring greetings to the graduands. Mr. Ang.
Thank you, President Johnson. Good afternoon to SFU's newest alumni. Today, your relationship with SFU evolves as you become lifetime members of a worldwide network with more than 170,000 alumni in over 140 countries. Staying connected to SFU as an alumnus provides you with opportunities to learn, grow, and thrive through local, national, and international events, career resources, library services, and many other value-added benefits. As alumni, you now serve as ambassadors for SFU in your community. Through your journey, you will also inspire current and future students to dream, to strive for excellence, and to make their own mark in society. Please stay connected with us through social media and by signing up for our alumni email forwarding service. We want to hear from you and have the chance to celebrate your successes. After you cross the stage today, it will be my pleasure to present you with an alumni pin. Wear it as a symbol of your incredible achievement and connection to SFU. Be proud of your accomplishments. Be proud of your SFU credentials. And thank you all for investing your time, energy, and talents in this great university. Congratulations and welcome to SFU's global community of alumni.
Thank you very much, Jordan. Before the graduands are presented individually to the Chancellor, Ms. Mavis Lum, a member of the graduating class, will address Convocation. Mavis is graduating from the Beedie School of Business with concentrations in human resources and management information systems. She was the internal chair of the JDC West competition hosted at SFU in 2019. She planned the Pathways Career Conference and was a launch leader. Mavis now works at the on the talent management team of Tech Resources, where she supports world-class employee development programs and companies' HR technology transformation. I'm now pleased to call upon Ms. Mavis Lum for the graduate address. Ms. Lum.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the warm introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to be speaking to you today. To the guests who have joined us in person and online, thank you so much for being here. Class of 2021, we made it. Congratulations on this amazing milestone. You each have overcome so much and worked so hard to get here. Not to mention that for the last 18 months, we've accomplished some of our most challenging courses and other work from the isolation of our bedrooms. It's very special that we get to gather on campus today. Congratulations again. And after all, today is about celebrating your growth and reflecting on how far you've come. Do you remember what you were like back in first year? What plans did you create for yourself as you walked through these doors for the very first time? When I first arrived at SFU, I created this grand plan for myself to get good grades, do an internship, and graduate within 4 years. I soon learned that while I would create many plans for myself, I would have to adjust as each passing semester widened my perspective. During my time at Beedie, I have been part of many things, especially in student leadership. Being part of these student clubs was a great way to learn outside of the classroom and be connected with people that I really enjoyed working with. And as student leaders, we devote many hours to planning events because we can see how this can connect our community. And as a young student, I was so confident that I could do it all. And it wasn't until I got my very first C- in my courses that I realized I was being stretched too thin. And reflecting on the past year especially, and definitely during our entire degree, at some point, We have all been pulled in various directions, but being able to see past the obstacles and understand the learning opportunity that come from that are what count. I eventually did bring my grades back up, thankfully, and was progressing through school nicely at this point, and everything was going to plan. But then I was asked to do something so far outside of my comfort zone. I was asked to lead the team that would host JDC West. For those who are unfamiliar, JDC West is an event attended by hundreds of business students from across Western Canada. It was the first time that SFU would host it, and I knew that I couldn't miss this, as intimidating of an opportunity as it was. I had to make peace with delaying my graduation by 2 years to be part of it, but I said yes, and at that point, the plan became about making this event great. And it was great. It took a team of 30 students and alumni to plan JDC West. We poured over every detail, working day in and day out to bring this event to life. On opening day, we saw the joy that this event brought to hundreds of students. And the best part of doing all this was working with amazing people who I now get to call my best friends. This experience has shaped who I am, and I don't think that I'll be able to do anything like this anywhere else. That being said, it was honestly the most difficult time in my life. And as all of us are sitting here know, life doesn't care that you're super busy or that you're stressed. And during that time, my family really needed me. My grandparents got sick, and I hate to admit it, but I struggled daily to pick between school, my family, and my other commitments like JDC West. On one hand, I was trying to show up for my family and be a good student. On the other, how did it look to the team that I led that I was constantly feeling like I was falling behind? I was laser focused on achieving those goals that we had set out, but nothing felt like it was going right. As future business leaders, we will be called upon to make hard choices. It will be tempting to focus on what is immediately in front of us or stick to a plan that we made a long time ago. But recognizing the bigger picture and leading with our values is how we can leave an impact on those around us. We need to lead with our whole selves. What people will remember is if you listen to them and if you are kind and compassionate. So remember this as you go on in your journey. Of your entire undergraduate journey, what experience will you remember the most? I hope that you'll remember the obstacles that you overcame and the growth that you had as a result. I hope you recognize the breadth of knowledge you now possess and how wide your horizons are. My time at SFU taught me that success is much more broad than just your grades, checking off your boxes, or showing up. Now, there no longer is a grand plan. I still have ambitious goals, but most days I just want to be a good daughter, sister, and partner, and friend. I want to be proud of the way that I showed up. And speaking of our loved ones, they have been by our sides through all of our ups and downs. They have cheered us on when we succeeded and sat by us during our most difficult times. We could not have done this without them. And as grads, we may have waited a few years to get to this moment, but our families have waited our entire lives to see us cross the stage today. As much as this achievement is about you, it is very much for them to celebrate as well. So fellow grads, I would now like to ask you to please stand up, face your family members, and give them a big round of applause for all that they have done for us. Thank you so much, and thank you to those online who are here. I hope you could hear us cheering for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story today. And in reflecting on your own story, I hope you recognize that you are equipped to succeed. As you cross the stage, think of how your story and the moments that you will remember will shape your journey. Celebrate your achievements and congratulate yourself for succeeding through the hard times. You are so much stronger because of these experiences. Don't forget that. Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much, Mavis. That was a really heartfelt address. I do detect a theme here about letting go of the plan and being open to new opportunities. So thank you for reminding us of that. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. So, will the graduates please rise? That's all of you. Yep. You can do it. Yep. Great. Madam Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of this university and request that you confer upon them the degrees for which they are now recommended.
Thank you, President Johnson. By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees.
The graduates may now be seated. The members of the graduating class here in Convocation Mall will now be presented individually to the Chancellor. The entire graduating class will be presented online following today's formal proceedings. But first, a few requests for those of you in the mall today. I'm going to ask you to please refrain from applauding too loudly the individual members of the graduating class until each group of degrees has been conferred. This does not apply to the conferral of doctoral degrees, and I just want to say I do not want to forbid spontaneous outbursts of enthusiasm. Indeed, I'd encourage them. Thank you. As a courtesy to others as well, and as thinking about our health and safety protocols, I'm going to ask you to remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. I'm going to ask the graduates as well to please return to your seats following the receipt of your degrees. However, for our doctoral graduates, we're going to ask you to join your colleagues on the platform. And for those of you at home, I'm going to ask you to make a lot of noise and hug those in your circle. The degrees in the Beedie School of Business will now be conferred. Madam Chancellor, I invite Dr. Jeff Dirksen, Dean and Associate Provost, Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, to begin presentation of the students earning graduate degrees. Dr. Dirksen.
Madam Chancellor, the graduates of master's degrees in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented. I invite Dr. Carolyn Egri, Dean Pro Tem of the Beedie School of Business, to join us.
Taylor Adamali. Latvia Baines.
Well done.
Gagandi Bal.
Congratulations. Thank you. Well done.
Michael Bolik.
Well done. Congratulations.
Anthony Chan. David Cho.
Well done. Yeah.
Selchuk Chichek.
I'm happy to shake his hand.
George Phyllis.
Congratulations. Well done.
Leon Hailstones.
Congratulations. Well done.
Carol Hall.
Well done.
Leah Hopkins.
Carol, congratulations.
Kyle Hukazeli.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mohammed Idris Kakar. Rachel Kaviani. Guan Ma.
Rachel, congratulations. Well done.
Philip Macha.
Well done.
Yalda Majdi,
Congratulations, well done. I'll do both.
Rajbir Manhas,
Well done.
Martha Manuel, Zarko Mesiljaja, Catherine Peltier, Terika Peters, Jitesh Prakash, Poya Resifard, Matthew Russell, Matab Samadhi Barami,
Great step. Yeah.
Senyam Sandhu, David Samail, Aaron Smith,
Congratulations.
Raymond So, Wendy Tan,
Congratulations.
Nazanin Tavakoli Dahagi,
Congratulations.
Graham Thompson,
President, congratulations. Thank you so much. Very nicely done.
Harsh Uttam,
Graham, congratulations.
Theodoric Young,
Theodoric, congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, the students who have completed the requirements for graduate diplomas in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Diana Lee, Bing Liu, Carrie Middleton, Jillian Ortilla,
Really well done.
Anastasia Patrick, Travis Pollitt,
Congratulations. So much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Nasser Arbabi,
Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, the students who have completed the requirements for graduate certificates in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Nasser Arbabi,
2 times this.
Guang Bai, Macarena Cataldo Hernandez,
You're really busy there, Guan. You've got a lot going on. Congratulations.
Chiang Yi,
Congratulations.
Tong Li,
Congratulations.
Mirja Mai,
Tom, congratulations.
Anahita Mani,
Congratulations.
Ahmad Movahedian Attar, Tan Nguyen,
Ahmad, congratulations. Yeah, very well done. Good.
Justin Weiss,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduands.
Madam Chancellor, I invite the Dean Pro Tem of the Beedie School of Business, Dr. Carolyn Egri, to begin the presentation of students earning undergraduate degrees. Dr. Egri.
Madam Chancellor, the graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in the Beedie School of Business will now be presented.
Dominic Adamowski.
Congratulations.
Hyungwoo Bayek. Barty Bansal.
Well done, congratulations.
David Bergman.
Congratulations to you.
Gurdas Banwar.
Congratulations.
Mohammed Burgi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Lingzi Bai.
Congratulations.
Alan Bradarich.
Congratulations.
Sean Byrne.
Well done. Congratulations.
David Kao Shen.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Laura Kao.
Big day, David. Congratulations.
Sean Carvo. Chloe Horing Chan.
Congratulations. Really well done. Yeah.
Eddie Chan.
Congratulations.
Sandeep Chandi.
Congratulations. Well done.
Priyanich Chaviriyapong.
Cindy, well done. Congrats.
Yen Tong Chen. Emma Chernenko.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Yoonji Choi.
Hi, Emma. Well done. Congratulations.
Angela Chicos.
Congratulations.
Nicholas Kultura.
Congratulations. Well done. Thank you so much. Hey,
Monica Cordova Martinez. Disha Datani.
Monica, well done. Congrats.
Chin Kun Dan.
Disha, congratulations.
Yao Hua Dun.
Congratulations.
Jaslyn Kwar Daka.
Congratulations. Jasmine.
Yi Chen Ding.
Congratulations.
Huiler Dong. Brittany Don.
Hi there. Congrats.
Simone Ka Yuan Du.
Hi, Simone.
Jeshu Du. Christopher Duda.
Congratulations, Jason.
Rasan Jotdule. Madeline Ng.
Congratulations.
Ho Yan Fan.
Hi, Madeline. Congratulations.
Jason Fan.
Got a few fans?
Jessica Fan.
Congratulations.
Ivy Fong. Jai Gao. Kara Gurki.
Hi, Jai. Congratulations.
Shauna Gira.
Hi, Kara. Well done. Congratulations.
Gerver Gavins S. Gill.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Jastinder Gill. Karen Gill.
Congrats.
Arshdeep Grewal.
Well done.
Mayor Javed Hajiani. Paramveer Heer. Lukasz Henke. Jason Hines.
Nicely done. Congrats.
Fei Hu.
Jason. Well done.
Yu Ning Huang.
Hi. Congratulations. Hey, you're welcome.
Derek Hui.
Congratulations.
Jared Jiang.
Congratulations.
Megan Jiang.
Hi, Jared. Well done.
Farah Jumra.
Hi, Megan. Well done. Congratulations.
Karen Preet Kaur Johar.
Hey. Congratulations.
Emran Kaila.
Hey, Karen, great. I saw you smiling over there. Congratulations. Thank you. It's great.
Wen Hui Khan.
Hi, congratulations.
Rajveer Kaur.
Hi. Well done.
Amit Kaushal.
Congratulations.
Yuvraj Kaira.
Well done. Congratulations.
Hajira Khan.
Congratulations.
Nayeon Ko.
Congratulations.
Yang Shin Ko.
Congratulations.
Tai Chuan Kuo.
Hi, Yang. Well done. Congratulations.
Yunji Kyun.
Hey. Congratulations.
Olivia Lau.
Hey. Congratulations.
Chuan Nat Le.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Zhuwei Liu. Brenton Lowe.
Congratulations.
Pei Ying Lu.
Hey. Congratulations. Well done.
Mavis Lam. Yi Ying Liu.
Great day, eh? Yeah. Oh, it's terrific. It's so great. Yeah.
Anthony Maljevats.
Congratulations.
Manorath Mann.
Congratulations. Great day. Hey.
Yong U Mong.
Congratulations.
Alexandra Mercer. Nikola Milinovic.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Munib Mirza.
Well done. Congratulations.
Ruhi Nagra.
Congratulations. Hi, Ruhi.
Brandon Narea.
Hey, Brandon.
Ali Maseri.
Nicely done. Congrats.
Vince Marvin Naval. Assad Nayani.
Well done. Congratulations.
Holy Nathan Nono.
Boy. Congratulations. Hi.
Jasprit Mijan. Adrian Julia Nogueras.
Congratulations.
Raymond O'Sullivan.
Congratulations. Raymond, congratulations.
Mai Fong Ong. Anthony Orr.
Congratulations.
Bryson Orth.
Congrats.
Zhen Jingpan, Andrew Paranifi,
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Brian Park,
Hi, Andrew. Congratulations.
Talina Power,
Hi, Brian.
Nicholas Pizarro Alfaro, Elias Radov Zoom,
Well done.
Konstantinos Rados,
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Angela Rai,
Congratulations. Well done.
Anupa Ranasinghe, Kaadambari Ravi,
Well done.
Christopher Reyes, Justin Richter,
Appreciate it.
Dina Rusakova,
Justin, well done.
and Jenna Salish. Sagardeep Sandar,
Congratulations. Nicely done.
Manraj Sanghera,
Congratulations.
Stergo Savingo Pangas, Danakin Sukin Sea, Amrit Shagir, Saeed Shokoya,
Got some fans, Emery. Congratulations.
Jason Singh,
Hey, congrats. Hi, Jason. Congrats.
Nicholas Sejoden,
Hi, Nicholas.
Mohammed Raymond Solehria, Brandon Sorbo,
Congrats.
Marcelo Spatari,
Hey, Brandon. Congratulations.
Allison Spence, Thomas Staden,
Hi, Allison. Well done. Thank you.
Trevor Stolley,
Hi, Thomas. Well done.
E. Sun,
Hi, Trevor. Well done.
Robin Sundar,
Congratulations. Well done.
Andre Tatensky,
Nicely done.
Shabsira Thin,
Well done. Congrats.
Jeffrey Turner,
Well done. Congratulations.
Margarita Venet Santos, Joseph Vukasovic,
There, didn't you? Congratulations. Well done.
Yentin Wang,
Well done. Congratulations.
Xin Yue,
Congratulations.
Jerry Wong, Andrew Wong,
Oh, Jerry. That's Congratulations.
Samuel Wong,
Hi, Andrew. Got some cheers.
Hao Tian Wu,
Samuel, congratulations.
Teresa Wu, Meng Xiao Xian,
Congratulations.
Yiling Xu,
Well done. Congratulations.
Firuz Yakyayev, Karina Yan,
Well done. Can I get that? We all have these days with a hat.
Phoebe Young,
Ah, don't worry about the hat. Congratulations. Well done.
Chen Yi Yip, Annie Zhou, Alicia Zhu,
Hi, Alicia. Last but not least, congratulations. Well done. Now, I know that some members of the graduating class are still kind of processing back and getting their photos taken, but I'm going to ask the remainder of you to please rise at this time. So I want to congratulate each of you on the completion of your degree. This is an impressive achievement, and I encourage your friends and family to communicate their hearty congratulations to you by whatever means they can. And for those of you in the mall and members on the platform, please join me in applauding the graduating class of the fall of 2021. Now, I know that the members of the graduating class has already thanked friends and family, but I think you can do it a little bit better this time. So I now invite you, the members of the graduating class, to reciprocate by applauding your family, friends and faculty and staff, and all those who've helped you reach your goal in as loud a way as you possibly can. Okay, that was much, much better, I have to say. So please be seated. Thank you.
Friends, as the sun starts to pour in on the back part here of Convocation Mall, this completes the formal awarding of degrees. Yes, yes, yes. Some graduates recommended by the Senate for degrees today are unable to be present here in Convocation Mall, and their names have therefore not been read out. I now admit them to the appropriate degrees as shown in the program. As well, the names of all the Fall 2021 graduates will be read out and shown online shortly. I now have several thank yous to express. First, to all of you here and online, thank you for joining us on such a celebratory day. And to the many staff, volunteers, faculty members who have worked together to run a safe and smooth Convocation Day, the first in many, many months, our heartfelt thank you for your work and service. This brings to a close the formal part of this afternoon's convocation. For our online guests, please stay for the virtual graduate procession, during which time all graduates will be individually named. For those of you into the mall who are in the mall here with me, to ensure that we all exit in a safe and orderly manner, please follow instructions from the staff that you see opposite. Now, could I ask you for a final time to please rise and remain standing at your places as the platform party recesses. Thank you very much, and good day.
Now presenting the graduates from the Beedie School of Business. Tayer Adamali, Lakvir Baines, Gagandeep Bal, Michael Bolik, Eric Cassels, Anthony Chang, David Cho, Selchuk Chichek, Jorge Koman, Nicholas Dreyer, Jennifer Farr, George Phyllis, Leon Hailstones, Carol Hall, Leah Hopkins, Kyle Hukazeli, Devadasan Iyer, Muhammad Idris Kakar, Rachel Kaviani, Pardev Larry, Amy Leahy, Puria Lotfi, Guang Ma, Philip Machat, Yalda Majdi, Rajbir Manhas, Martha Manuel, Zarko Mesiljaija, Catherine Peltier, Tarika Peters, Jitesh Prakash, Poya Resi Fard, Matthew Russell, Madhab Samadhi Barami, Senyam Sandhu, David Samail, Aaron Smith, Raymond So, Wendy Tan, Nazanin Tavakoli Dahagi, Graham Thompson, Lawrence Tse, Harsh Uttam, Kevin Wasegijig, Theodoric Young, Jasmine Baines, Emily Chang, Joyun Chang, Samantha Chucko, Giulietta De Pieri, Kai Denevi, Mark Hilder, Shane Jensen, Diana Lee, Bing Liu, Gregory Mason, Carrie Middleton, Evan Morgan, Jillian Ortillon, Anastasia Patrick, Paula Pilas, Travis Pollitt, Molly Rader, Yuma Sitharaman, Wellage Silva, Denise Sturlini, Todd Tregilgis, John Van Steenis, Megan Van Vliet, Yukling Janita Wong, Meng Chen Wu, Nasser Arbabi, Arash Ashtiani, Shannon Bard, Guang Bai, Macarena Cataldo Hernandez, Eric Chung, Sonia Daudani, Chiang Gi, Lu Han, Stephen Hu, Tong Li, Mirja Mai, Anahita Mani, Mehran Mehrandes, Syed Mehdi Mirsadegi, Ahmad Movahedian Attar, Tan Nguyen, Scott Pluggers, Ramtin Raksha, Ricardo Rivera Acevedo, David Siabenga, Francisco Tavidas Medrano, Jacobus Van Jokoop, Justin Weiss, Dominic Adamoski, Mahir Ahmed, Ma'ad Al-Hilali, Napoleon Alex, David Andil, Yanloka Menao, Hyungwoo Bayek, Barty Bansal, David Bergman, Gurdas Banwar, Mohammed Burgi, Lingzi Bai, Alan Bradarich, Priptal Brar, Sean Byrne, Run Kai, David Cao Shen, Laura Cao, Sean Carville, Chloe Horing Chan, Eddie Chan, Sandeep Chandi, Priyanuj Chaviriyapong, Arjan Chima, Jale Chen, Ruqin Chen, Vivian Chen, Yan Teng Chen, Yutong Chen, Emma Chernenko, Yoonji Choi, Angela Chicos, Nicholas Cultura, Monica Cordoba Martinez, Disha Datani, Chin Kun Deng, Yaohua Deng, Jaslyn Kouar Daka, Yiqian Ding, Kuiler Dom, Brittany Don, Simone Ka Yuan Du, Jieshu Du, Christopher Duda, Rasanjot Dulay, Madeline Ng, Ho Yan Fan, Jason Fan, Jessica Fan, Ivy Fong, Courtney Freres, Verisit Fung Vanet, Jai Gao, Yunlu Gao, Kara Gurki, Shauna Gira, Gerver Gavins S. Gill, Jastinder Gill, Karen Gill, Ravling Gurgla, Alena Gordiva, Arshdeep Greywall, Pavneet Grewal, Arunit Grover, Chuen Yuan Ha, Mayor Javed Hajiani, Shumong Han, Muhammad Hassan, Paramveer Heer, Lukashenki, Jason Hines, Yi-Ting Ho, Bo Chun-Hu, Fei Hu, Yu Chang-Hu, Ying-Yi Huang, Yu-Ning Huang, Derek Hui, Jared Jiang, Megan Jiang, Farah Jumra, Kai-In Jiang, Amrit Johal, Karanpreet Kaur Johar, Ayush Joshi, Damian Yozefiak, Emran Kaila, Wenhui Kang, Yu Yang Kang, Rajveer Kaur, Amit Kaushal, Yuvraj Kaira, Hajira Khan, KM Sabakan, Ishmael Kiran, Nayon Ko, Jamie Ko, Yang Shin Ko, Maxim Kolyanchich, Tai Chuan Kuo, Yunji Kyun, Jeffrey Lai, Shane La Rochelle, Olivia Lau, Sharon Lau, Chuan Nat Le, Colin Lee, Li Tong Lai, Bowen Liu, Zhou Ting Liu, Li Ting Liu, Yuan Man Liu, Yun Yi Liu, Ziwei Liu, Brenton Low, Pei Ying Lu, Shiman Mandalu, Mavis Lum, Yi Ying Liu, Minglan Ma, Bodana Makarenko, Anthony Maljevat, Mnorath Mann, Alfonso Marano, Yong U Mong, Alexandra Mercer, Andrew Mercer, Nikola Milanovic, Rinka Minagawa, Munib Mirza, Harman Nagra, Ruhi Nagra, Brandon Narayan, Ali Nasseri, Vence Marvin Naval, Asad Nayani, Gavin Nung, Holy Nathan Nono, Tony Nguyen, Jaspreet Nijar, Adrian Julia Nogueras, Raymond O'Sullivan, Mai Fong Ong, Anthony Orr, Bryson Orth, Zhen Jin Pan, Andrew Paranifi, Brian Park, Talina Power, Connor Payne, Dang Fan, Qingzi Ping, Nicholas Pizarro Alfero, Ilias Radov Zun, Konstantinos Rados, Angela Rai, Anupa Ranasinghe, Kaadambari Ravi, Christopher Rayers, Justin Richter, Emma Romses, Dina Rusakova, and Jenna Salish. Sagardeep Sundar, Manraj Sanghera, Stergo Savingo Pangas, Danakin Sukin Sea, Amrit Shagil, Hardeep Sidhu, Philip Seja, Hanar Sehota, Jason Singh, Nicholas Sjoden, Simona Smolahova, Mohammed Raymond Solehria, Miguel Soler, Brandon Sorbo, Marcelo Spatari, Allison Spence, Thomas Stadden, Trevor Stolley, Tiffany Xu, Meng Meng Sun, Yi Sun, Zheng Yi Sun, Robin Sundar, Chichon Tam, Huang Tang, Andrei Tatersky, Shabsira Thind, Samuel Trin, Cecilia Tang, Mema Turna, Jeffrey Turner, Margarita Venet Santos, Joseph Vukasovic, Bo Hao Wang, Ro Fan Wang, Yentin Wang, Xin Yuwei, Jerry Wong, Andrew Wong, Andrew Wong, Nina Y. Sum Wong, Samuel Wong, Hao Tian Wu, Teresa Wu, Zehan Xiang, Meng Xiaoxie, Xiaodan Xu, Yiling Xu, Firuz Yakyayev, Karina Yan, Tseng Chi Yang, Kavui Brian Yap, Darren Yo, Phoebe Young, Tseng Yi Yip, Zhuo Huangyu, Xi Yu Zhan, Chen Xizhang, Dudu Zhang, Xiaochu Zhang, Yating Zhang, Pei Zhao, Yufan Zhao, Wufan Zheng, Annie Zhou, Yijun Zhou, Alicia Zhu, Xile Zhou,